everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday, so today I am bringing you my monthly lookbook. So I have quite a few things that I did make across the month of July. Some, I will say up front, is relatively easy. Projects that didn't take me a whole heck of a lot of time, so don't be don't be fooled that I was just sewing like a mad woman all month. Certain things were very easy, and I'll tell you which ones of those were. Thank you and welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you for those who continue to tune in on a weekly basis. The first thing I'm actually going to show you is the my skirt that I created from my skirt block. And I just did this video on this past Sunday, so you'd have just seen it. So here it is. I am not going to go into the skirt or anything about the skirt because you can see it in my previous video, which I will link right here. And you can go back and see how it was drafted, the block, and all of that. So that is in that video. Is the AK pattern Shona top, which has the hack for the split sleeve, and I did talk about this split sleeve in that video, so I will link that up above. I won't go into that. And I've noticed a couple things I made actually goes with the skirt that I just did. So this skirt, this top very well can be worn with that skirt, as well as I have my holly oak. So you all know I did the cashmere, and I should be popping up pictures as I'm showing these, but I did the holly oak as a top actually, and as a muslin just for fit, and it fit very well. It's fit perfectly, which will actually go with that skirt as well. And I did the holly oak, the dress. So if you missed my review and all about the holly oak and my experience with the pattern, go ahead and also click the link up above and you will see that video as well. It was a collaboration with Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles. And then the first thing I showed for the month was my Make 9 number 3, which was the Wardrobe by Me cargo pants shorts actually that I made for my husband. Also, these will be in the link above as well. You will find that here, and the full review and everything about the shorts is in that video. And so now I'm going to share with you. So you saw all of those because those were in videos that I presented throughout the month. And so now I will show you a couple items that I did not record, but I also mentioned in a couple in the previous video, and one is brand new. So hold on. So the next 3 items I have to show you is another one of what I am wearing. I am wearing McCall 7121. I'll pop up the picture of the pattern here, which was a TNT for me. And I said I was going to make 3 or 4 more with the fabric that I hauled from the Michael Levine $100 gift card that I won from Myra Lorraine here on YouTube. So I did. I made 3 more. And when I tell you all of these dresses I've worn, I just made them in the month of July, and I've worn them at least twice. Once during the week for work and on the weekend, and that is absolutely why I love these maxi dresses, because they're easy to just throw on with something like this, a cardigan, or very well could go sleeveless, which I have done as well. Just such a easy wardrobe, put it on and out the door type dress. And so here is one that, remember, this is the fabric that I got from Michael Levine, low price fabric. And so I'll pop up a picture because these are so long I can't show you in here. This is the only one where this is a nice stretch, but one of the arms, I think armholes I put on, and I put in wrong or something, because I don't know why one was tighter than the other, but anyway, it still looks nice. They all look the same. They all wear the same. And so this is the one that I did. And like I said, I will pop up a picture of that. The other that I did was this navy blue. This is the one that's navy blue and white. Love that. And this particular one, I had to kind of piecemeal together. I thought I bought the same length of fabric for all these different fabrics, but this one, I really had to piece this one together. Because of the design, it all works out. Like, for example, see these designs is kind of geometric. You can't really, there's no real pattern of such to it. So while I was able to get the front and back skirt piece on the fold, I could not get the front bodice piece on the fold. So there is a seam running down the middle. And then my back bodice piece, because remember these pattern pieces, you're you're not supposed to cut on the fold, but I cut everything on the fold because it just makes more sense. But this back piece, I don't know if you can tell, but it's three pieces. So this is one I was able to get on the fold, and these are two separate pieces I had to piece together, and then I had to sew all three together. But it looks fine. This was the other one. Oh, this is the one. I had to cut the back bodice piece. And again, you can't tell because of the design. The back bodice piece is cut two separate pieces instead of on the fold. But I did get that front on the fold. And so I'll pop up a picture of me wearing this as well. So these were so super duper easy. And I think I sold them after work. So it took me like a week to get the three of these all squared away, I think. And so, yes, very, very easy pattern. So I'm very happy with those. Now let's get into the final. Okay, so the final outfits I'll be showing you that I sewed up in the month actually was towards the end of June. Maybe it was the end of June, beginning of July. I know I was done by the first week of July. I know I finished one in the first week of July, and I can't remember which one it was. So this was a pattern test. This is actually AK Patterns, the Meg top and dress, or dress and top. And so I was a pattern tester for Athena for this. And so this is essentially just, and I'll throw up the line drawing here. It really is a very simple dress with two bust darts. It comes with a belt. You can do belt loops. And her latest version, because she did through the testing process, make some few changes to the patterns, to the pattern based on feedback, and then adding a couple things. It does have pockets. None of my versions have pockets though. And her final version ended up adding cuffs on it, which added an extra really nice detail. So it is a really simple pattern shift dress, and I think this is one of those where, depending on the fabric that you choose, it's the fabric that will really make the statement of this particular pattern. And it is based for woven fabric. And so yeah, so let me just show you what I did and talk a little bit about the fabric that I chose. So I did let me actually show you the first one I did. The first one was my tester version. And so this one I did the belt without the belt loops, and I will pop up a picture. I don't think the pictures, I don't think I liked the belt tied, so I might not have a picture of me with the belt tied. I don't know if I do or not. I'll pop it up, but I'll pop up some pictures here. But this is that fabric that I just talked about in my haul last week. So if you missed my haul last week, go back and check it out. But this was that fabric, and it was very hard to sew it. And so I did mostly serged the ends and turned it under. This is a polyester crepe, I think it was. It was from Hobby Lobby. And when I tell you this was a beast to sew with, because it's very nice and flowing and airy. The print is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, and so the bottom hem I just turned under twice instead of serging it. But yeah, and so the pattern comes with facing pieces. So you get the facing pieces around the neck, the front, and the back neckline. My tester version, my facing pieces did not quite turn out as they should have. And I want to say this is the one I did use knit. So I did use knit on this. I wonder if part of I can't recall if part of the reiterations of the pattern corrected any of that, but because the other ones I didn't have an issue with it as she was updating the pattern. But I do have the bust darts here. I left the bust darts in its original position on this one, so they were a little high. And so, but it's definitely a beautiful dress. Again, it's the fabric that really makes it stand out. So my top versions, I decided to lower the bust dart by, I want to say it was 1.5 inches. I lowered the bust darts on it. And this was some fabric. I got this from Walmart last year. It's a gauze, and it, I don't remember how much it was. This was last year. So I decided to do the top. I did 2 tops and 2 dresses. So I decided to do the top. This fit beautifully. And I'll show you, I believe I have pictures of this as well. Neckline, everything turned out. Now, this was my first time sewing with gauze. What I did not know about gauze is that it stretches. And this definitely, it's like way more roomy than any of the other ones because it just kept stretching and stretching. And I actually had, I think for this one, did I end up, I may have stabilized the neckline because I noticed that it just was stretching. And so, but I do like it. Again, nice and simple. I moved the bust darts down. You can't, they're down here. And so, yeah, that turned out well. The other top I did was this one. Again, it's the exact same type of fabric as the dress. But again, this is the one where the bust darts are moved down. And I found this to be a little snug on me. And I'm not quite sure. See, the other top is made out of the gauze. And it's too big because it's stretched. This one feels a little tight across the chest, and I don't think I took pictures in it. And so I'm not quite sure why, because I cut out the same size, and the dress, maybe, I think what this is in, because there were a few iterations of the pattern. This might have been one of the iterations where after she made some adjustments and made room in the arms. I think that's what it was, in the bicep area. So that's probably why it's a little tight. But anyway, still very nice, very pretty. I have worn all of these. And then the final one I did, after she made the adjustments, as you can tell, my neck facing sit down beautifully. I did not move the dart on this one. She actually made those adjustments in the pattern. And this one, and this is a purple. I got this fabric. All those came from Hobby Lobby and Walmart. This fabric came from Joann Fabrics. And so I got this specifically to wear for an event that I was vending at, and I'll pop a picture of that with me in it. And so love the way it turned out, love my jewelry, everything with it just worked out beautifully. So I love it. And this one I actually finished off with bias binding on the arm sleeve hem and on the bottom of the dress hem. But yes, that, look how good that facing lay. Gorgeous, absolutely just beautiful. No popping out, no nothing, none of that. And I finished off the insides with my serger, so as with the others. So that is it. That is everything that I have made in the month of July. Like I said, go back and watch the videos for those that I have videos for. If you have any questions on anything, please let me know. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. For those who have not subscribed but continue to tune in every week, go ahead and subscribe so you can see what's coming up next time. So on Sunday, I should have my block, my Make 9 number 5, which is my block for the shirt I want to do to go with my skirt that I just did. So if you have any questions, oh, I do want to address one thing. I had a subscriber ask when I made a comment in my previous video about accommodating for the tire, I call tire, around my waist. Let me show you. So this area here, how do I accommodate for that? So when using patterns, and you take your hip size, I always just run my tape measure around that area. And I've been losing weight, so I don't notice this as much anymore. But when I was larger, that area, that extra tire was a little bigger than my hips. And so I always noticed a slight adjustment. So then I will always cut the hip to that area as opposed to my hip area, because that I knew that area was bigger And I didn't want the garment to be all tight around that area and fit fine around my hip, if that makes sense. But now is evening out, is that that's going down, thank you, due to diet and exercise. But that's going down, and so it is pretty much the same as my hip right now, so I don't have to worry about that as much. But when I was larger, yes, that area was definitely larger than my hip. So hopefully that makes sense. And yes, if I forgot to answer another question, please leave it down below. But thank you everybody so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. You all have a blessed rest of your week, and we will see you in the video on Sunday. Bye.